All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and the sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And I want to pretty much get into a topic. Basically, me and the Akim pretty much did yesterday, but just to go further into it, because of the simple fact that you really do have guys that's just not in this truth for sincerity, for the right things. They in it just for their own things, and we can't stress that enough. For the simple fact that it's just Jake has always been like this, really. And it's really maddening to see that it's just all a popularity game for guys, and it makes the brothers look bad, or just to say, and it just makes it seem like that brothers may go through thinking that they're wicked camp, and the whole time it's just the guys that are wicked themselves are just making everything seem wicked, and that's just a demon rub off, and that's why we always pray to stay spiritual, because of the simple fact that you got guys in every camp like this that just want to be seen in men, want to get all the views, uh, want to jump in rank, or whatever selfish thing they could think of. So I got Ecclesiasticus 1 and 29. It says, "Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest." So yeah, this is going for us as well, because we may say things about how wicked this guy was, or we see the things that they do, and we got to make sure that we're not doing the same thing. And that's what the elder was even telling us for a while now, that we got to take heed to what we even saying, because we don't want the same thing happening to us. And that's what you call a demon rubbing off on you, because the demon that you kicked out is still gonna come, or has left other demons here. And because they want to take us so often, it doesn't mean it's still not there, because demons are everywhere. This is demon central. This whole place that's not out of order is all demons. That's why it says, "Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men." So we gotta make sure that we're in order, and that's what a lot of guys lack, is order, because that's what they refuse to do. So I got Matthew 6 and 5. It says, "When thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men." And that's, again, like I said, the problem with many jakes out here. It's all about being seen, or getting the views, being acknowledged, which is nothing wrong with being acknowledged or having a little bit of views. You get excited about stuff like that. But to just be overbearing with it, you're just going to ignore your own brothers inside your own camp, worry about other guys in other camps. That's 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 how you know that you're wicked, because you're not being concerned about the other brothers. You're not even taking in consideration of how they even feel. It's all about your selfish gain. And that's why, even what the other scripture says, I may be saying these things, but I gotta make sure that I'm praying to make sure I ain't being a hypocrite. Because even if I feel like I'm not, the Lord does everything. He could change that. He could change that in a heartbeat. So it's always mindful to be careful of what we say, or taking good heed to it, at least, and making sure we're not doing the same thing. Because demons can just still jump on us. We ain't 100% uh full on spiritual like we want to be, because guess what? We're still in the flesh. We're going to do some fleshly things. So it says, "Verily I say I Salaki." It says, "Verily I say unto you, they have their reward." So That's that what they're seeking, they're gonna get. And it may not be exactly what they want, but they gonna get the views. They ain't worried about the treasure stored up in heaven. They worried about the treasure stored in this world. They want the fame, popularity. They're gonna get that, and they're gonna see how quick it's gonna dry out. It says, "But when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which have seen in secret shall reward thee openly. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions." See, that goes that word. There goes that whole sentence right there in itself. See, praying is repetition in itself, but it says use not vain repetition, meaning don't be praying on just worldly stuff that doesn't benefit you, such as these views or trying to use the truth for women, trying to use the truth for to jump rank, or you trying to study all hard just so you could be showing off your so-called talent. And this is, see, the Lord gives us what He gives us, and we just have to naturally seek it. But you got guys that just desperately seeking it, trying to make themselves out of something they're not, and that's the problem with what they do. So I'm gonna reread it again. It says, "But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathen do, for they think they shall be heard for their much speaking." And that's that's pretty much to the point in itself, because that's and we had the guys in here in this camp that was doing that. They think they're gonna be heard and be acknowledged by other brothers. Whole time nobody really cares about them, because a lot of people see through that BS. So this is Proverbs 12:1. It said, "Whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge." Actually, I'm gonna start right there, because in its truth, it's all about the wisdom and knowledge of the understanding. That's always been the key thing, is the wisdom and knowledge. If you understood it and it was humble enough about it, you wouldn't be having these demonic thoughts. Or, well, we'd still get demonic thoughts, but we ain't gonna be on the wicked level as these guys that like to use vain repetitions for things they shouldn't. It says, "But he that hateth reproof is brutish." And going into that word reproof means rebuke, as it says in the blue letter. So the guys that hate rebuke, which is a lot of them, they start zapping out. We didn't have a guy in this camp that couldn't handle rebuke worth a damn. And he said, "You ain't gonna talk to me. You ain't gonna talk to me like that." I'm like, "You sound just like a woman. Only women would say some dumb mess like that." That's because these women be out of order. And guess what? You men are out of order. These women be out of order because you men be out of order. So-called men. Because a lot of you guys, y'all just children. Y'all just males, as the other Akim like to say. Proverbs 50:16 says, "But unto the wicked Yahweh said, What hast thou done to declare my statutes?" What have you guys done? Y'all think you're gonna come into the truth and think y'all claim to do something? It takes a lot more to just be studying scriptures, pulling out deep scriptures, trying to know brothers. No, it goes further than that. You gotta be humble in the sight of the Lord, because at the end of the day, that's who Yahweh and Yahweh Shah is the ones that we're trying to oppress. Yeah, it's nice to be recognized by other brothers, but that's not where this all lies. Our salvation lies with the Most High, not with other men. we have men with us to teach us or to help us because we're all striving for the same thing. But that doesn't mean we can save each other. But these guys, you guys that's just out here for fame and popularity, you ain't seeking your salvation. You seeking a worldly attention from the spiritual side. And it's just like that that's like oil and water. Those two don't mix. Those two don't mix. You can't think you're gonna get something of your carnal mind and try to get it from the spiritual side, because it's not gonna work. It's really not gonna work, and that's where you guys fall off from and fail to understand is a lot of guys see through your BS. And this is why we stay spiritual, or we keep praying to stay spiritual, so we don't end up like you guys. Because you guys are the ones that makes everything worse. And even though the scripture says not to rejoice in the brothers falling out, once you stray away from the path, and that scripture varies because you got guys that would sincerely probably fall out. They wouldn't really scoffers. They just happen to fall down. But you got guys that just willingly try to do something wicked. And for that, for me personally, I was like, y'all can go, because y'all just making the body an infection. Because there's a difference between a brother and a nigger. And the nigger is the ones that you have in the camps that just aren't sincere. Then you got brothers that you got guys that actually are sincere, and have probably got kicked out of camps and it's still going, or still just falling out because they wasn't being a scoffer about it. But you got these niggas that want to just come into things and think they just gonna be on the top show. So I just wanted to get into that because things like that bother me. But with that, Shalom and death to Babylon.